Hmm. Okay, students, today we are going to discuss methods in Java. Methods. Students, there are some predefined methods and some methods are declared by us. So methods are of two type, predefined and another type we can say user defined. Means the methods which are already defined in language, these are known as predefined methods, and the methods which we declare as per our need, these are known as user defined methods. Okay, so as we will discuss predefined methods, I will give you some examples. Like you would have heard about math class. In math class we have math.pow. So this pow is a predefined function, right? And we have sqrt function also. And in scanner class we have next int, next line, next float, next double. So these are also known as predefined functions. Okay, now we will talk about user defined functions. User defined functions we will declare as per our need. uh, Let me tell you. So sqrt and math.pow I have told you, and in scanner class we have next function, next line, next int. All these functions are predefined. Now we will predefined functions are also known as system defined functions. System defined. Now the user defined functions we will learn in this video. In this class I will tell you how to declare your own function, how to make your own function. And it is really a very beautiful thing, what I like, because when you declare a function, you combine a lot of code in one statement only, right? This is the benefit. Suppose I'm making a class abc, suppose abc, okay, and I want to make a function, and I can have any name of the function as per my choice, as per my requirement. Suppose I am going to make a easy function to add two numbers. Okay, according to my choice I will design it. Saurabh is asking what is a method. We can say a method is a named scope of some code. We can call it named scope of some code. Whatever code you want to write, so to that code you can give a name. This is all. This is the definition of method. So students, see over here. Suppose I want to declare a function and function name is sum. I have given the name as per my choice. But before declaring a function, you must be aware about the return type of the function. Will it return something or it will not return anything? If you want to return some value, then you must use the particular return type, which type of value you want to return. If you want to return float type of value, then return type must be float. If you want to return double type of value, then return type should be double. So here, if I want to return a double type of value, then I will return double over here. It means that whenever I will use this function, it will return a double type of value. Means it will return a floating value. and it is the compulsory part. The return type is necessary to write before declaring the function. Now we are coming to the next point, that is parameter. So it is our choice, either we pass parameter or we don't pass any parameter, but we will have to put the parenthesis over here after the function name, and in this parenthesis we can pass the parameters, and those parameters are known as formal parameters. So I'm writing double x and double y. So what it is? It is the parameter, these are the parameters, and these are known as formal parameters. Formal parameters. Okay, students, and now open the scope of the function, close the scope of the function. So I think it is not visible to you. Here it is visible to you. Okay. So this scope belongs to this function. So whatever you will write inside this function, that will belong to this name. Means if you want to use all this code, that whole code can be called by using only this name. This is the benefit of declaring function. And the values which you want to pass at the runtime, that you can pass in the formal parameters. Okay, that will be copied in the formal parameters. So here I have declared a function. It is very easy. It will return a double type of value, and double type of values it will take at the runtime. Now the inside work. The inside work can be, you can have an another variable double result. This result is a variable and double is its data type, equal to x plus y. Means whatever value will be passed in x and y, those values will be added and will hold in this result variable. Sir, it is not clear at what beta. It is absolutely clear. Shivam, you just make your screen large, make it large. Understood? So the addition will hold in this variable, and thereafter we will compulsorily use the return statement. Return statement, when we use return, is a jump statement. It is also known as jump statement. It is always used, it is compulsory to use whenever you write the return type of the function any other than void. If return type is void, then you don't need to use return. But if any other data type you have, listen carefully, if you have any other data type at this return type place, sir, in this program, what is method? Beta, this is method. This sum is method. Saurabh, this is method. It is also known as function. Function and method both are same. Okay. Like your name is Saurabh and your name is Chintu. So both belong to the same person, na? Yeah, same. So Mr. Chintu, now listen carefully. This sum is function. This is method. Method and function both are same. Understood? So I have declared this function. I have made this function. This function name is sum. Okay. I have kept this name. Now, what I'm doing inside this function is two parameters I have passed. It's my choice, either I pass or I don't pass. Thereafter I will return this result. Okay, thereafter what will happen, I will use this function. I want to use this function. It is very easy. Now here I'm writing the code. Here I'm making a function public static void main, because execution will always start from main. Okay, so now I want to use this function, but it must be static. So I will not need to make the object of this class before using it. So what will I do? I will call this function over here. Int p equal to 45, int q equal to 65, and I want to do the addition. I could have add here also, that is easy part, but I want to tell you the use of function. That's why I'm explaining it little more. I'm making it little big. Sir, we can write float type also. Yes, Pragya, you are right. We can write a float type of also. No problem with that. Now what I will do is, I will call this sum function and I will pass these values p and q like this. I think it is visible. And thereafter what will happen? This function will return the addition of these values. So I will hold it in some variable double x. This x is different because it is declared inside this function, and it is not in relation in any way by this x. Okay, this is another x and I'm printing the x. So here I'm not adding manually, here I'm doing the addition with the help of this function. So this is the use of function. So in the same manner, Saurabh, listen carefully. In the same manner, I can write any definition of the function. The benefit is you can make the function as much big as you want, as much large as you want. This is the benefit. Means you can increase the size of the function, you can have any name of the function, you can give a proper task. Okay, a big task, a small task. Here I have given a very small task. Okay, but I could have given a big task also, and in this way I can do the moduling of my program. I can make small modules of different type of jobs, and I can use those modules in the same program. This is the benefit. So student, this is all about the function. You just make this program in your computer and test it, and thereafter you tell me. Okay students, I think it is enough for today, and I'm not making this class long. So you use this thing first of all and you check it out in your computer, and thereafter we will meet again any other day. Now have a wonderful day. Okay, and your queries I will see. Suche Verma is asking, sir, what will happen if we do not pass parameter? It's all right, beta. No need to pass the parameter. It is not compulsory. It's your choice. If you want to use the values at the runtime, means you want to use it over here, and that time you want to pass the values, then you should have the parameters. And if you don't want to use the same thing, then no need to pass the parameters. If you don't want to pass parameters at the using time, then don't pass the formal parameters. That's it. If you have passed already formal parameters, then it will become necessary for you to pass the parameters at the using time. And I have already told you these are formal parameters and these are actual parameters. Actual means when you will pass the values, you will get the addition of those values. Okay, these values can be different, but these will remain same. So whatever values you will pass, those values will be copied in x and y, and thereafter you will get the result in the same manner. Okay students, enough for today, and I will arrange the next class some other day. I cannot be sure about 2 or 3 days, but thereafter we can continue. Okay, and if I will be available, then obviously I will be here with you. Okay students, thank you very much, have a wonderful time.